together, which was cool. So
Well, they've got that twin mentality. They know where each other are all the time, anyways.
yeah, it's crazy. Even to this day, it's like, where's your brother? Oh, he's 2 houses down the road. Oh, okay.
Wow, that's insane. It's
Yeah.
funny because, like, I know, me and my wife, we're pretty keen on having, at least one more kid. This is our first, and I even said to her, like, maybe it would have been better if we had twins straight up. Just get them both out the way, right up all at once, and get all the hard shit out the way. I was sort of saying, he's only 3 months old now, and you have rough nights, you have good nights, and all that sort of stuff. And after one of the rough nights, I said to her, oh, are you sure you want to have another kid? Are you sure you want to, things are starting to get better, so are you sure you want to go back to those really, really rough times? And she's like, yeah, it's kind of worth it. I'm like, yeah, I know, but, it makes you think, right?
It's so worth it. It really is. Especially when you get to the point. Like, I mean, he's a little one now, but when you get to the point you can throw a football with him or kick a soccer ball or go fishing or go for a bike ride. It's just, even before that, there's tons of stuff coming your way.
Oh, yeah.
That's just going to make it so worth it. I'm sure you realize that, but like, it's just.
Oh, definitely.
It's so worth it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I just think back to a lot of the times to, how my dad was with me and just playing football out in the streets. I know we've got a different version of football down here, but, we'd kick the football in the street, as soon as he got home from work, it was like, all right, Dad, let's go. Like, we'll be out in the street. We'd be playing football for, a good hour at least. And, sometimes my brother would come out and play, or, even Mum would come out and play football with us. It was pretty fun. Yeah. So, like, they even planted 2 of these massive, these massive trees in the front yard that just went straight up. They were just like big Christmas trees in a way. And, we used to use those as goals. We didn't have a football oval near us. So we used to just hang out in the front yard and just, you'd kick the goal, through the trees. That was like our fun. That was the best sort of times. Like every day after work, it was like, come on, Dad, let's play football. Yep, let's go, mate. Yeah. Like straight away, no dramas. Yeah, so it's pretty fun. But how old are your 2?
They're 11.
11, wow.
11, yeah.
Yeah. They're at that really good age, aren't they? That you can just do basically anything with them.
Yeah. It's I mean, yeah, they're they're getting to the point now. They're starting their teenage stuff, and I see it coming, and I'm like, oh shit, here we go. Like the older he won't say it, but he has a girlfriend. Like there's this girl, and I don't say, oh, you got a girlfriend. Like I'll just be like, oh, what's your girlfriend? Did you talk to you? And he won't say she's not his girlfriend. So that's how I know that she is. But like, so I've learned to tread lightly with that and just talk about it like it's no big deal, and he's fine with it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like you've kind of got to like, I don't know. I'm guessing you've got to pick your little battles, like the way you have to go about things. Like I'm a real crazy extrovert most of the time, and like even with like my friend's kid, they'll be like, "Ooh, you got a girlfriend?" And be like, "No,
no, no, you just gotta.
No, I don't."
You just gotta talk like it's not a big deal, and just be like, "So, how's your girlfriend today? What'd you do? Did you talk to your girlfriend today?"
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, like you've got to. I don't know, like the world's changing so much. It's pretty crazy. Like we've got a niece, and she was literally I think she's 13. She was actually trying to explain to me the whole, how people are, I don't know, putting like on their Instagrams and their bios and stuff like him/he or they/them or something. She was literally explaining the whole lot like that to me, and I was just like, oh yeah, like.
She's gonna explain that to me because I don't get that. I've seen that, but I don't get it.
Yeah, it's sort of went in one ear and out the other. You
Just
know,
like the
like
video games with me.
it pretty much. You know, I was sort of like, she's 13 and she's so damn smart. Like, you know, like it's a whole different world out there. You know, like your kids are really good at video games. They're going to be so much better than us at that. You know, they've grown up on iPads and laptops and stuff, and it's just like, man, we can barely operate a freaking large computer.
Exactly.
You know, so like the kids of today are going to be damn smart, man. Like I feel like, you know, even just my 13-year-old niece, it's just like, wow, like you could be a doctor if you wanted to, because you're that smart. It's just crazy.
Actually, I tell my older one all the time now, I'm like, you should be a lawyer, because he finds the loophole in everything. Like, I'll give him, you know, he does something wrong, and I'll give him a consequence, or his mother or his stepmother or whatever, and we'll do something like no video games, and he'll be on the TV, and I'm like, I said no electronics. He said, no, you said no video games, Dad. This is TV. I'm like, oh shit. So that one I've learned. I go broad, and I'm like, no electronics. If it uses batteries or plugs in or lights up, no. So I got TV covered. I got video games covered. I'm learning, but he's that. Like you said, they're just so smart now. It's just kids these days just are so smart. It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's nuts.
Crazy.
The one thing I've seen like a few times, like I've seen like a few memes on Facebook or something about how to really control your kids when they're at home is change the Wi-Fi password, and then you've got to, like, you can write down like a whole heap of chores you can get them to do for the Wi-Fi password, like you can change that anytime you want, and then they've got to work for it. If they want to hop on the computer or use the Wi-Fi, well,
that's a good one.
Come out of your room, or play sport for half an hour. That's part of your chores, like
Yeah, exactly. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, especially now with my two, they're video game fanatics. So I changed the password, they're in trouble.
Exactly. Yeah. See, who has all the power now? Dad.
6 hours outside, then you can have the password.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, it's just crazy to think that kids would so much rather just be inside now. Video games are that epic right now. Like, even I still play a few video games here or there, but like the games now are just that epic. It's just ridiculous.
It's like they don't have to go outside because it's so real.
Yeah, and they can be talking to 5 of their friends all at the same time, like on a headset, and we barely struggled to have a freaking 3-way phone conversation on like our home phones.
Yeah, you were like,
you had to stand there with the phone and the cord.
Yeah, they'll never know.
Yeah. But, and here we are during the pandemic, and like Zoom went wild, so you could have like 10 people on a freaking Zoom call, so you can see everyone, you can hear everyone. It's just like, oh well, that's just normal.
Yeah,
that's a normal thing these days, and to them it's just why would you have a home phone? I don't even have a home phone anymore. I haven't had one since I moved out.
Yeah, same here. We each have our cell phone, and that's it. So
yeah, you don't need anything else. You've got your cell phone like everywhere you go. So what would be the point in having a home phone now?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. It is crazy. So the kids back to school tomorrow, are they? Have they been basically going to school through the whole pandemic as well?
No, they were like the beginning of last summer last year around this time last year when it started kicking up, they actually called it and they started distance learning.
Okay.
This year they started back on a normal schedule. But my two actually are out until Tuesday. They go back because some student in their classroom was positive for COVID. So they all got quarantined. And thankfully, my wife and I have had the vaccination, so it was like, yeah, they can come. It doesn't change anything for us now. So.
Oh, that's good. That's really handy.
Like, I didn't take them to my parents' house this weekend to visit because my father still needs his second dose, but but they were with us, so it was good.
Oh, that's awesome. So
a little extra.
Sounds like you guys have America's really rolled out the vaccinations really well.
Yeah, I got to give them credit. They've got jumped on that, and I think now the age group. I actually would not be getting mine until now if I hadn't. I'm part of my town's emergency management team, so they offered it to us really early. But
that's awesome.
If I didn't do that, I'd be up for it now. My age group's coming up now, so.
Okay, so they're doing it all by age group. That's interesting. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they did like 80 and up, and then 65 and up, and if you had a health issue, you were moved up more, sooner, kind of thing. So now they're getting, like, my brother's 46 with. I mean, he's got a health issue, but nothing big, so he's going to get he's the next group of people that are going.
Awesome.
My parents got him. So my father had COVID, so he had to delay getting his vaccination.
Wow.
Until recently, but yeah, his 80th birthday, he got out of the hospital 2 days before his 80th birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which was a blessing. It was we were scared there for a while, but
definitely. That would have been crazy scary. I actually my grandfather was actually on, I don't even know if you guys heard about it on the news, so around this time last year, that the Ruby Princess.
Yeah.
I think that was the big ship that had a whole heap of coronavirus cases.
Yeah, it was sailing, trying to get into a port, if I remember correctly. No one wanted it.
Yeah. My grandfather was on that boat.
Oh boy.
And because he's over 80 as well, he was stuck. I felt so bad for him. He was stuck all on his own. They had a massive outbreak on the ship, and no one was allowed out of their rooms. Wow. They tried really, really well to try and contain it, even though they had I think a whole heap of numbers of cases on that boat. They contained it and made people stay in their rooms, and they were only allowed out for an hour or something. And but I just felt so bad. My grandfather's over 80, and he wouldn't know. He didn't have a mobile phone. Wouldn't know how to work one. So we all had to figure out how to contact him because he wouldn't know how to contact any of us back home. And then we got wind that he could have come back early, or he could have come back because he was over 80. The Australian government said, "Yeah, we'll fly you all back, and you'll have to quarantine in Darwin." And he ended up saying no to that because he was pretty happy where he was. It was pretty relaxing, and then. So he was a little bit stubborn in that respect, but I bet he wished he had have said yes because he was on that boat for almost a month, and then he had to quarantine. Then when they finally said, "Rightio, we're going to get everyone off the ship," he had to quarantine in Darwin for another 2 weeks, and then the poor guy got fluid on his lungs, so he was in the hospital during that 2 weeks as well, and
oh jeez.
And of course, we were all fearing for the worst. When you get a call from the hospital about your grandfather who's on the bloody ship that was full of coronavirus, you think of the worst thing that could possibly happen. And thank God he was fine. That was really lucky that he came through unscathed. He never even got COVID at all. But that was good. That was extremely lucky. So we're pretty happy that he came through, but. It's just crazy that so many people, in the States, have actually got COVID. It's nuts. I don't even know what the number is now, but oh man, it's insane.
Yeah,
they were in the thousands per day, weren't they?
Yeah, I don't even want to know. I don't even remember. I don't want to. But yeah, it was literally, it was that. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was way beyond. I mean, without getting political, it was wow. We had a rough time.
Yeah, it's sad. It's not great. That's for sure.
No, I mean, it makes you realize how precious life is, though. I mean, so many people, realize, oh wow, I could not see this person tomorrow. It changes your view.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, you just take little things for granted, like